Hey everybody, this is Ty Terrell with IFAS University, and I just want to pop in today with a quick little issue we've been dealing with a lot. We've got this is kind of a busy time for us. Baseball off season, volleyball off season, and football off season, and so we've got a lot of kids in right now. And of course, we're doing sprint work with them, and we see an issue kind of consistently through all athletes, and it's that when they sprint, they kind of lean forward a little bit. They break at their hips, so their hips are behind them, trunks in front of them, and that causes them to do a couple things, either like short steps or overstep. But either way, either one of those you do, you end up overstepping. You end up kind of getting your foot out in front of your center of gravity. So when you're running, you want your foot to kind of come down around, like right underneath your center of gravity a little bit, so you can kind of push and move forward and create balance or maintain balance through that. If it's in front of you, it's in front of your center of gravity, you kind of see that this is like a braking position. So I'm actually going to decelerate for a moment because my foot's in front of me. I'm going to decelerate for a moment because my foot's in front of me, and now I got to kind of pull myself over. If it's too far behind me, now my body's out in front of my foot, my center of gravity is out in front of where my foot plant is, and now I'm going to have this falling action, so now I got to catch myself again. So center of gravity is a really big deal, and where the foot is coming down is a really big deal in sprinting. So one thing that causes, if you don't have like sagittal plane control of your abs and you're kind of here, you'll either break at your hips like I mentioned earlier, or you'll kind of rear up and overstep out in front of you. Now that's both of those are kind of the same underlying issue in that we got to take this center of gravity and push it back. So this is an old exercise called the wall run. Everybody uses it, but I kind of want to know, I don't not want to know, but like I want to let you know when I like to use it. So this isn't necessarily going to make you a faster runner, but it is a great exercise to teach position and to learn how to maintain position in the sprint position. So what we'll do is we'll kind of reach our arms long, reach, and that pushes our rib cage back. So that brings our center of gravity back underneath us. We'll do some breathing here. Maybe we'll blow up a balloon if we want to. But basically, I want hip and knee extension, a nice line, arms long, so my center of gravity is back. So I'm not hunching. I'm still tall, but I've just got my arms long, which pushes my rib cage back again. Now, from there, after we may do like 5 breaths on each side, like that. So now we're going to go into, can you keep that dynamically? So you may go into an old school wall run here, pop, pop, and then you could give multiple steps in there. So now it's 1, 2, and things like that. So that's just elementary school though. You got to transition that into something more dynamic. So we've come up with a drill. This isn't anything fancy. It's just something we like to use to help bridge the gap from stationary to motion, and we'll check that out right now. So this is basically a moving wall run. Okay, so I've got a lot of weight on here, so the sled's not going to fly out from underneath me. It's enough weight so I can lean against it and maintain that good wall run position. But I'm going to get a little bit of motion, and you're going to see my goal is to keep my hips underneath me, not to break at my hips and lean. Okay. So the goal is to keep everything in line underneath you so that your foot placement is underneath your center of gravity and where it should be. Now from here, some cues that you might give, some dynamic cues you might give is so like reaching pushes our rib cage back and addresses our center of gravity issue. So when the arm comes forward, your hand kind of gets up to your face and arm comes forward, that's one of the things that's there for. It's not just trunk rotation, it's not just timing with the lower body, it's also there to push the rib cage back and keep your center of gravity where it should be so that your foot placement happens where it should. So just a little drill, a little progression here. This is Ty Terrell with IFAS University. I hope this helps, and we'll see you next time.